now let's get to the 60 to 90,000 that you asked me about, okay? The way you figure this number out, there's an example. One of the pieces of evidence is a detailed study of a single hospital, okay? We call it a hospital built for murder, okay? That was the name of the article back in 2016 when we published it in the Epoch Times. So we looked at this hospital because this hospital was announcing that it had doing lots of transplants. It was cutting edge. It was rivaling some of the American hospitals, okay? But then when we looked deeper and we looked at the number of patients there, the number of hospitals beds in use, the growth of that one hospital, these guys, they were announcing, we're like one of the top hospitals in China for transplants. But the reality was they were doing 10 times or maybe 20 times the actual transplants that they even admitted to. So they were basically kind of lowering the number dramatically to prevent, you know, someone being like, hey, wait a sec, that's completely impossible, the number of transplants that you're even talking about. Because at that time, they didn't even claim to have a natural organ registry, like people actually donating organs. That didn't exist. And I could explain why we believe it still doesn't really exist, even though they claim it does. Mm-hmm. So that number comes from looking at that one hospital and many others, okay? And then basically that's why the number is so broad, right? 60 to 90,000. 60,000 is really the low end, 90,000. I think, you know, Ethan Gutman had estimated 100,000. I kind of just bring it down a little bit, right? Because I want to be extra conservative, okay, about this. I don't want to over promise or something. But think about those numbers, right? It's a very extreme reality.